Okay, so what's going on, Aries? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct, and this is going to be the reading for the sign of Aries for March 15th through the 30th. This is going to be the second half of March, only because I did miss the first half of March for Aries. I'm sorry about that, but let's go on and keep it moving for the second half of the month. It probably is going to just match you the right way. We'll see. All right, so this is going to be a general reading, Aries. Doing something different this month. I'm actually on camera, so hopefully you guys get used to that a little bit. I may do it for next month too. We'll see. This is going to be a general reading, so if it does not resonate with you, check out one of your rising or moon signs, or you can check out one of my previous videos for Aries, or one that'll be coming up soon in the future. If it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, share, comment, subscribe, all those things that let me know you're watching the channel and to help you out in some type of way. We're going to be talking about your present energy, Aries, right here, starting off for the first half of the video, and then we'll jump into your future energies. But take it how you kind of like, how it comes. Everything is going to be futuristic or present tense or past tense. Energy is fluid, so it all depends. Let me adjust your music. I think that's a good level. All right, so Aries, we're going to hop right into it. Also, follow me on IG. That's at Chris Anthony 14 pounds, Chris Anthony 14LBS. Also, I have personal readings that are open to the general public. So if you want a more direct experience with me, you can email me about that. That'll be down below in the description. Let's keep it moving. Aries, starting off, crowning your reading, you have the 9 of Swords. All right, so for the first half of March, you could have something on your mind. You could be worried about something. Usually the 9 of Swords represents a place that we're in where we're kind of stressed out. We're a little bit anxious about something that we can't solve or figure out, or something that's just making us feel uneasy. So you could feel uneasy at this time of the month, going into the second half of the month, and it's about something that, I don't know, I feel like you could have been dealing with for a while now. You could have been trying to figure out for a while. Usually those are the things that kind of make us sit up and worry a little bit. And I think it's just coming to the forefront at the moment. It could have been something that has been needing your attention for a while now. I don't feel like it's anything that's just coming out of the blue, that's just surprising you and making you just worry and be upset. I think it's something that's coming like to the forefront of your mind, and it's always been there. And it's like, it feels like a problem that you have been needing to solve or take care of maybe for a while. But clarifying that card, you do have the 6 of Wands. So I do feel like you could be having some victory in whatever this is that's having you worried and upset and thinking and not able to sleep and anxious about, right? You're going to get victory over it. So you will be victorious in whatever this is. We'll see how the rest of the reading goes, but that is crowning your energy. So something that you're going to be worried about will work out in the end, and we'll see how it plays out with the rest of your reading. Right below that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like this could definitely have to do with your finances, right? Something that you have been trying to focus on, balance out around your finances, something that is, surrounding the way you make your finances or your material wealth in general. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is someone that is very good at balancing her work life and her home life pretty good. Like, she can go hard at work and then come back home and go just as hard, or be focused on her projects or whatever she has to do at work, but still able to offer that emotional support that her personal relationships need, right? This is somebody that is very good at balancing things at the same time. And it could be more than 2 things, right? It could be 3, 4, 5 things, just a lot of things going on that you could be, having the energy to be able to work out in balance. Now, this could be the thing that kind of makes you worried a little bit because you have so much on your plate. And I do know Aries a lot of times goes for a lot of different things, has a lot of ambitions and goals set for themselves. So sometimes maybe you could spread yourself a little bit too thin because you can do anything. So it's kind of like, all right, let me do this and that and that and that. And so I feel like that's bringing some of your worry a little bit this month, because you're trying to figure out, like, how exactly do I go about doing all this at the same time? And I believe you're going to figure it out. You're going to work your way through it because you're taking on that Queen of Pentacles energy. And the Queen of Pentacles has to do with, like I said, balance. Like, she can balance everything out, And I think you're finding that balance as we move on through March. You know, you have a lot of things going on, but you're taking things one at a time. You're approaching things in a balanced way. You're looking at what comes, you know, is more important to you and what needs to be on the back burner a little bit, and kind of just rearranging some things, because that's what the Queen of Pentacles does, right? But clarifying that card, we have the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands here represents a new passionate beginning, like some brand new thing that could be coming into you, or you're wanting to start some brand new path, brand new beginning. It could be with a person, it could be with an organization, it could be just something that you want to do creatively, or something that just sparks your passion and you're having a new beginning in your passions, right? So this could have to do with what you're doing for work also, because with it being the clarifier of the Queen of Pentacles, I believe you could just have this strike of inspiration that comes in that makes you, you know, be able to bring balance to your life. Or maybe you have this extra boost of energy that comes in that you need to achieve all these different things that you have laid out for yourself. So you get like this new drive that comes in. The Ace of Wands usually to me represents a new drive, right? Like maybe on your last drive you were running out of space, you were running out of energy, you were starting to get a lot more kind of like tired or sluggish or not having, and I know with the Pisces retrograde, we've all been kind of feeling it, like that deep, heavy energy that just makes you just want to lay in bed and watch Netflix and just chill out, right? So I think you're getting a renewal of ambition, a renewal of energy, a boost of passion that's coming your way for the second half of March. And it's going to put you to a place where you can handle all this stuff that's on your plate, right? Because you got a lot going on and you're trying to balance everything out. And the thing that's going to give you that most balance is your energy, that energetic boost that's coming, where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this first, then knock this out, and then do this, and then make sure I check on this. And while I'm checking on that, I'm going to be thinking about that. And then I can move on to this and get this handled, and then work on this new project, and then go to work, and then come back and cook. And yeah, it's like you're doing everything. But you have the energy to do it all, right? Because you have the Queen of Pentacles coupled with the Ace of Wands. So you're going to feel that boost of energy coming in for the second half of March, especially if you didn't have it for the first half of March. You know, I feel like it's just a shift that's happening. So the first half of March could have had you kind of worried a little bit, because you're like, wow, there's so much going on, but I don't have enough energy to handle it all. I don't have enough time to, you know, put everything into the slot that it's supposed to be in and compartmentalize my whole life. It's too much going on, and it had you stressed out a little bit. But the main thing that's coming in is just this boost of energy, this boost of like, you know, your sacral, what is it called? Your, what chakra is that? Sacral chakra? That's what I feel. That's in control of your will. Like I feel like your willpower is kicking in for the second half of March. And you're just going to see a boost of energy come in and make you kind of jump on all of your goals, jump on all your deadlines, and be able to meet them, because you're going to be victorious, right? You're going to be celebrated. You're going to get some recognition, even if it's you just celebrating yourself and being like, wow, I can't believe I overcame all these challenges or all this stuff I needed to do. I actually got enough energy and made time to do it all, right? That's what I feel that could be happening. On top of that, you guys are stepping into some type of manifestation, right? You're taking on the energy of the magician. So once again, you have everything at your disposal to do everything that you need to do. Not only are you taking on the Queen of Pentacles energy, but you're taking on the magician energy. And the magician is a master manifester, right? He knows how to, the magician I always see as kind of like a mad scientist, right? Like somebody that's in the lab and mixing things together and seeing how this potion works, seeing how this, you know, mixes in with this, doing chemistry. I kind of see you're doing that with your life a little bit in the month of March, the second half of March. It's kind of like you're getting everything together. You're seeing everything that you have at your disposal to work with, and you're kind of like mixing things together. Like, okay, this works, but this doesn't work. I can do this together with this, but that has to be done with this. And not only in just everything you're trying to handle in your life, I see that with the new things you're trying to manifest into your life, because you are trying to manifest some type of emotional fulfilling or a new emotional beginning, right? This is the Ace of Cups. So on the card, it really looks like the Two of Cups, you know, how this card looks, but really it's the Ace of Cups. But with that being said, because that is on the picture, you could be trying to manifest love with maybe somebody new, right? You could have a new beginning that you're trying to have, a new emotional start you're trying to have with someone, or it could just be a new emotional start you're trying to make happen when it comes down to your work, because right in the middle you have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you want to be at a place where your work fulfills you, or whatever you're doing in life is bringing you fulfillment at the same time. Because maybe you work very hard, maybe you do a lot, you know, to take care of your house or take care of your family, take care of everything that you need to cover, and you want it to be emotional fulfilling at the same time, right? So here I feel like you're trying to rearrange things. You're trying to use the law of attraction. You're trying to use your tools of manifestation to bring in emotional fulfillment. You know, as much as you work and you pour into what you do, you want it to be fulfilling, right? So whether this is in a relationship, whether this has to do with your personal life or with your career, with your job, with something that you do on the side, you want to have a brand new emotional beginning in that. And it's kind of like you're using all these different tools that you have available to you to create emotional fulfillment through what it is that you do, right? Also, I feel like you're just taking on that magician energy when it comes down to the things you need to rearrange. I'm feeling like a rearranging that's needing to happen inside of your life, and you're just changing some things around. Now, some of you guys, it could go as simple as you changing your room around or changing your furniture around in your living room or whatever. But you're kind of seeing how when you make certain changes, even if you haven't done it yet, it's going to change up your energy. It's going to change up the way that you're, you know, being fueled, your efficiency, the way the energy is coming into your household, you know. It's something that you're changing up. That's what I feel like. Something that you're just shifting around. You know, it could be furniture, it could be people, it could be where you choose to go to, like what you choose to watch. It's something, what you choose to eat, how you work out. You're making a change to your daily regimen so that you can create like some what is it called? Feng shui? I'm probably saying it totally wrong, but I feel like even if it's subconscious, you're making some changes that are like making the energy levels where you are be different, you know? It's just a shift that you're making happen. You're doing it through like I said, as simple as changing furniture around or changing your routine up, changing what time you wake up in the morning. Maybe if you work out, you'll work out before you go into work instead of doing it after work. It's like something along those lines that is having a major effect on your life in general, right? And how your life kind of plays out, because you're seeing you have to make changes because you're starting off, let's say mid-month, worried a little bit about how everything is playing out. And it's putting you into a place where you're feeling overwhelmed a little bit. So you're making these changes that bring you more comfort so that you don't continually get overwhelmed. That's happening. All right. And then right below, we have the Hermit card. So maybe one of the changes that you could be making this month or mid-month is to just pull back a little bit, pull your energy back from the world, go into hermit mode, right? Go into a mode where you just can get all this stuff done. And I think you could be recognizing that so much time you spend doing other things that just have no importance to you, right? Maybe you spend so much time and energy around certain people, or just like, let's say, indulging in watching Netflix or watching a movie or being on YouTube for hours and hours. And it's kind of like you're cutting back from a lot of that. I feel like a level of disconnect when it comes down to a lot of entertainment you do or things you do just to amuse yourself. You're seeing that just small doses of cutting that out could have a big major effect in the rest of your life, in your work life, you know, in your personal life, in your personal relationships, in your love life. You know, just you kind of like go into yourself and maybe giving yourself a lot more me time so that you can recharge your batteries, recharge your energy, and then come back out and go hard at life, right? I see that taking place. This hermit mode is also bringing on some type of justice energy, right? So balance. Justice is a major arcana. And so you have the hermit, which is also, that's also a major arcana with the justice card, two major arcanas. So with those two being together, I feel like you're going into hermit mode, and that's creating a major shift in balance in your life. It's kind of like the universe wants to bring balance into your life in certain areas that seem like they're kind of like out of balance or out of whack. And that's why you were in that Nine of Swords energy, like worried, stressed out, overwhelmed, tired, sleepy, not having enough energy, because it's some type of balance that needs to come in, right? And you're going to start to see exactly what you need to balance out when you kind of get into hermit mode, when you shut everything down, turn the TV off, turn the computer off, turn the music off, and just focus in on yourself. Like, how do you feel, right? Take care of yourself. You may start to do some self-love mid-month, March, right? Where you're just kind of like, whatever you need to do to love on yourself. Listen to the type of music that you want to listen to and just vibe out. Maybe you need to cook. Maybe you need to, you know, like eat some different type of foods. Take yourself out to eat, you know, or go for a walk outside or whatever. Go for a swim. Whatever you have to do, you know, to kind of like give back into yourself. I feel you are taking some time out for yourself towards the end of March, right? Yeah, and that's kind of the hermit mode that you're taking on, and this is going to shift the energy in the rest of your life. With you being fueled up and being kind of like at 100%, then you have so much more to give into the rest of your life and give to the people that, let's say, are connected with you in your life. But when you're kind of like, you're on E and you're not full and you don't have your energy built up within yourself, then of course you're going to feel like this, right? Worried, like, I can't sleep, I'm tired, but I can't sleep, and I'm restless, and I have anxiety, and blah, 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 right? So that could be the most major shift that you make, is to go into hermit mode, and that's going to create a new level of balance inside of your life, because you get in sync with yourself, you get in balance with yourself, right? And then it opens up a whole new world of manifestation, a whole new world of fulfillment, right? A whole new drive when you can move forward and be like, yeah, let's go. Like, and for some of you guys, it could be meditation, right? I just heard that you just needing to meditate or just do some contemplative thinking, some deep thoughts, you know, about your life and where you're going and how you feel and what makes you happy. You're thinking about all that stuff right now because that stress, that level of stress that had reached a high, you know, place for you is making you pull back and kind of like reprioritize what it is that you do. You know, what makes you happy? Why are you doing what you do? Right? And it's crazy because I don't know why I have to tell you this, Aries, but I think it makes the most sense to you. But the other day I watched Creed 2, right? And it's the, you know, the movie about Apollo Creed's son, and it's like the continuation of the Rocky legacy, blah, blah, blah. But in the movie, Rocky, he was telling, you know, Creed, the boxer who he was training, he was like, you have to now start to realize what it is that you're fighting for. Like, what is it that makes you step into the ring? What is it that you actually go in there for and get beat up or feel all this adrenaline and train for and wake up at 5 a.m. and go running? And what is your why, right? It's kind of what he was asking them. And for a moment in time, he had lost his why. He had lost why he was boxing. And he didn't know. Sorry about that. My camera cut off. But I was at the point where I was talking about Creed, right? So he was, you know, Rocky was telling him, you need to find out what your why is and why you're walking into the ring, right? But the crazy thing about it was that at that moment in time, his why was changing, right? And I think that's what's happening with you guys at this time. It's like maybe you've always had a why of why you were doing what you were doing, and you know, you were thinking about this, you had this in mind, this goal you wanted to get to, this ambition, or just, you know, a vision for your life that you wanted to end up at a certain moment in time. And maybe that is the thing that is kind of being reshaped and shifted around, maybe your why, right? You know, and at the time, going back to the movie, the boxer, his why was changing. Like, he had always came into the ring to kind of like prove a point, and he was, you know, fighting because he wanted to be the best. He wanted to be better than his father was, and he kind of wanted to keep the legacy of his father alive. And it had to do with so many things that were kind of like not really that personal to him. So during this part in the movie, his why was evolving and it was changing, right? So now he was fighting for his daughter, his newborn daughter. He was fighting for his new family, his wife that he had just proposed to. He was fighting for his future. It was like it became way more personal to him. And he needed some time to be in this type of position where he was stressed out, he was worried. You know, he had just lost a big fight. He was kind of like down in the dumps, and he needed that time to kind of like go into hermit mode and understand what his new why was. Why was he still fighting? Because everything before the fight that he lost was totally different. Everything had changed. His mindset, like his mentality had changed, and he was trying to understand why he no longer had the drive to fight, why he no longer, you know, wanted to get in the ring and have, you know, like that eye of the tiger, you know, like, and really give it to his opponent. He had lost all of that. And it was because he was changing as a person. He was evolving. His life was changing, right? And now the things that he fought for was becoming, you know, different because he was growing as a person. His life was changing. You know, he had a lot more responsibilities now. He had a family. He wasn't just fighting for himself. And I feel like during this time, Aries, maybe something like that could be changing within your drive and what pushes you to go beyond and you know, like what pushes you to do all this hard work. Maybe you have to rethink all of that. Like, okay, why am I doing this? Why do I go to work every day? You know, why do I take on all these different, you know, goals that I need to achieve? Like, why am I really doing it? And that's why I believe you have the Hermit card here, because you're taking that time out to just think, like just to kind of reassess your life, reassess your goals, reassess where you're going, you know, your vision that you have for life, and kind of understand it more and kind of, you know, see if your goals and ambitions and dreams and vision is still what you want. Because sometimes they change, right? Sometimes in our life, what we wanted a year ago and we were going for and we had the plan and the blueprint are already together, it kind of just shifts up because our focus changes sometimes and our why changes. And so some things that we were going after, maybe we don't want to go after it as hard anymore. Or we want to change our attention or focus onto something else. I see it's something like that happening for you this month, right? You have to kind of reassess, reevaluate what you're doing things for. And when you kind of evolve that and you're like, okay, I understand. I'm doing it for this. I'm doing it because I do want this in my life. I'm doing it because I want this type of happiness. Then it's kind of like you're going to get that drive back. You're going to get that passion back. You're going to be like, okay, let's go. Like, and let's say if you've already been having this and you've already, you know, been in a place where you've just been on a go anyway, then you're going to get it times two. And it's just going to be like a reawakening of your will, your passion, you know, your drive, right? So I see that happening for you guys. Let's go into the future energy and see what's up, Aries. So we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Lover's card, we have the Five of Wands, and then the Six of Cups. So it's a different layout. We'll go through it and see what's going on. So Eight of Cups means you could be choosing to walk away from something, right? Eight of Cups always talks about us walking away from something that no longer fulfills us emotionally, right? So it could have been something that you were trying to invest in. You were maybe investing your time, your energy, your emotions into, and you wanted to be fulfilled out of this situation some type of way, but it's no longer bringing you fulfillment. Now, because it is clarified by this Hierophant card right here, then it's possible that you could be walking away from some type of organization. You know, you could be walking away from something, you know, that kind of had you feeling uncomfortable or feeling kind of boxed in, or not being able to be as free as you want to be, let's say with your career or with what it is that you do for money. On the other hand, it could be you wanting to walk away from something that's a little bit more traditional, or a traditional way of doing something, and you leaving tradition behind, leaving kind of like what you would usually do behind, and moving forward to something totally new, maybe a new way of seeing life, or a new way of kind of like holding your values, or seeing your values, or what it is that you stand for. I feel like you're letting go of an old type of belief system, maybe surrounding your values, or surrounding like your work, or what it is you do for work. But it's kind of emotional, I think, because you've been kind of investing in this. Let's say if it's a job for you people that are thinking about leaving a career, or leaving a job, or leaving a career field, it's kind of like an emotional realization that you're coming to, and this might not be for everybody, but you're choosing to walk away from it, even though you're kind of like emotionally attached to this organization, or this job, or this company. You're still wanting to walk away from it. Now, on the flip side, because it is a general reading, some of you people could be choosing to walk away from something because it's too far out of what you traditionally, believe in, or what you traditionally go with, or let's say the way you move, the way you operate in life. You could be walking away from this thing because it's too far out of the realm of, your possibilities, or the realm of your life. Maybe it takes you too far out of what you're comfortable with doing, what you've always done, and you're choosing to stick with what you've always done, right? But for the mass majority, I feel like you're walking away from something that you've been in for a while, but you're just choosing to separate from. Like, it no longer fulfills you anymore. You're looking for some new fulfillment. You're trying to manifest some type of new beginning. So anything old, I feel like you're choosing to walk away from, right? Yeah. That's kind of where it is. Now, then we go below that, and we have the Lover's card, right? So you have the Lover's card right here, which I'm like, okay, cool, lovers. But then right beside that, you have the Devil card, right? So that's kind of different, and it's only because these cards are very, very similar. If you can see, sorry, I'm kind of shaking because I have to reach kind of far to hold these up to the camera, so I need to work out. That's a sign. But yeah, if you can see, like on the Devil card, there's two lovers that are right there. But then on the Lover's card, you have like the same two lovers, right? So I think this, with those two being together in the Devil card, clarifying the Lover's card, it could be representing maybe a love connection that you have. And if it's not a love connection, it could be representing a choice that you have to make between two different decisions, because the Lover's card could be both of those meanings, right? So let's say for you guys that are inside of some type of lover's connection, that's a strong connection with somebody, you feel like you're kind of bound to, you have maybe a spiritual connection with somebody. I think with the Devil card being here also, it could be saying that this connection, although it's probably a great connection, it could possibly have the potential to go sour, or to just bring on some devilish like or addictive type of behavior. And every time you have a lover's type of connection with somebody, it can have the potential to go up or go down. And when I say up or down, I mean with the vibrations, right? You could stay in high vibrations with this person that you're connected with, and it can just continue to grow and then continue to like bring about some good fruit in your life, like where you're seeing a lot of things change because this emotional is so positive, it's so uplifting, it's so, high vibration. But anytime there's a strong attraction to somebody, and there is like a very strong, connection, almost spiritual connection you're feeling with somebody, then it also has the potential to like go down into lower vibrations for some reason. I guess it could just be human nature. So it's kind of like a mirror that's happening where I think the cards are saying that you're going to have to be the one to kind of like make the choice as to what type of connection you want this to be, if it has to do with the person, right? Are you going to stay high vibrational and kind of let it help you like grow and expand in life, or will you kind of like get into more lower vibrations and let the relationship hinder you, right? And kind of like keep you from achieving your goals and going after everything that you want to go to. So I believe this is a warning just to kind of like keep it in balance, right? Because anytime you have a strong connection with somebody, it can get you out of balance, right? Because you have to balance that time you spend with this person and then the time you put into work, or the time you put into work and then the time you put into the person, and kind of keep it all even, you know, and it could be more than just work and this relationship. It could be work, relationship, a project that you have to go on, another job, like your family, it's a lot of different things at play here. And I think when it comes down to this connection, if you guys are inside some type of love connection, you want to just kind of keep it on an even keel, keep it balanced as best possible, and try to keep the high vibrations in it, so it won't kind of go down the road of being more low vibrational, and let's say more addictive, or bringing out the side of you that's more toxic or more, you know, addictive in a way. And I think that could just be a warning. Now, if it doesn't have to do with love or connection with somebody, it could just be a decision that you're having to make. And one decision could be more high vibrational or more connected to your spiritual life, more connected to a healthy lifestyle. Let's say if this has to do with work or a job. And then the other choice could be more dark and more toxic, more low vibe, you know, something that could kind of like have you feeling unhealthy. And you're having to be the one to make the decision whether you take the blue pill or the red pill. That's kind of what it feels like, right? The universe is like, okay, do you want to operate in the shadows and, you know, be a part of this low vibration energy and kind of like unhealthy type of lifestyle, or would you like to take the other, you know, choice of being in a high vibration energy and healthy lifestyle and balanced lifestyle? So somewhere maybe at the end of March or coming into the end of March, some type of option like that is going to come to you. It could be in love. It could be two people in love, right? Or it could just be, like I said, a connection that you're in already, but you're having to make sure you keep it balanced so that it doesn't, you know, bring you out of character for some reason. All right. So that's just, you know, maybe a warning or something from the cards. So now we have the 5 of Wands here, and it's clarified by the 10 of Cups. So the 5 of Wands could be representing some type of like arguments that are happening, some type of like petty arguments is usually what this card represents. It could also represent internal conflict that's happening. But whatever it is that's happening is surrounding your emotional fulfillment. So that's been a theme that's been happening in your reading. And with the 10 of Cups being here to clarify that, it's like you're thinking about what it is that fulfills you. You know, you're thinking about everything in your life that brings you fulfillment and everything in your life that brings you trouble and stress, right? And this is probably what's happening. It's some things in your life that's making you just feel like you have to go into fight or flight mode, right? Like maybe it's some people in your life that are just like petty, they're low vibrational. They just keep you in a place where it's just like, why am I even around you? Or maybe your job environment stresses you out, or whatever it is, right? I feel like you're making changes this month because you want to be in a place where you feel more relaxed, you feel less stressed, you feel more healthy, more high vibrational. You feel like you're being fulfilled through your work or through whatever it is that you're investing in, your friendships, your relationships, whatever it is, you want to be fulfilled inside of it. And I feel like you're making a change, or you're having to make a decision as to which one do you want. Like, would you rather be around people that make you feel like this? I mean, basically like shit, low vibes? Or do you want to surround yourself with people that make you feel like you're in heaven, you know, or like they make you feel good, high vibrational, healthy relationships, healthy connections? And I think that is what could be happening this month. Like you're having to differentiate your connections, and you want to be a part of symbiotic, you know, connections or relationships, and not codependent relationships or any other of the toxic relationships that you could have between you and another person. And I think you're choosing to separate from the type of people that give you a more toxic connection or codependency or whatever it is, and you're choosing to be around people that are more like high vibrational. There's a symbiotic, give and take, reciprocation type of relationship, and it brings you more balance in your life. You're choosing to be around people like that because they fulfill you more than somebody who is codependent, toxic, needy, whatever it could be. You're choosing to connect with people that are more on your level, I believe, because you want to operate in a more high vibrational type of energy, right? And some people want to only keep you down on low vibes, and you're not putting up with it anymore. And that's what's going to happen when you go into that hermit mode. I think you're going to notice that some people you're around or some things you do make you feel like you're more stressed and anxious and low vibrational, and you're making changes, right? Now, then on top of that, you have some type of past life connection, maybe with a past lover that's happening here. This could possibly be this lover's connection that we just saw from the lover's card, but you also have the Six of Cups here, which represents like a past life love, or someone from the past, you know, could be coming in. It all depends. But there is some type of disappointment also that's here because you have the Five of Cups. So some type of disappointment here could be surrounding either a love from the past or some type of past life lover that could be coming in. And maybe if it's something in the past, you kind of go back to thinking about that a little bit. If it is somebody from the past, maybe you're thinking about how everything didn't go right and how it went wrong, and you know why it went wrong. And this is kind of like the card of crying over spilled milk a little bit, and just kind of having regret about disappointment or regret about something that happened in the past. That's if it's somebody from the past. Now, if it's just like a past life lover who you're like maybe in this connection with right now, or you have somebody coming in that's kind of like a past life lover, you know, it could be that, I don't know, maybe it's something about this connection that leaves you feeling disappointed, maybe, you know, because this is the disappointment card, right? So if this lover is not disappointing you, then maybe they could be doing something that's triggering maybe some feelings from the past when you were disappointed in the past, because we have the Lover's card here with the Devil card. Then we have the Six of Cups here with the Five of Cups. So it's like it's something going on that maybe this new love connection you're in with is kind of like triggering maybe the points in you where it's kind of like more low vibrational, or bringing out some sides of you that are like needing to be healed or whatever, or something that's bringing you doubt or bringing you regret or something. It's something like that that's happening, and it's making you kind of feel regretful or disappointed in some type of way. Now, you personally would have to kind of like see what that is all about, but that's kind of what the cards are saying here, right? And I think overall, throughout the whole month, you're just going to be trying to make some type of changes and adjustments when it comes down to your life, right? And maybe getting the people or things out of your life that are not as high vibrational as you want to be. And just making shifts and changes to your energy so that you can move forward more efficiently and be able to take on everything that you want to take on with your life, right? So going to go ahead and wrap it up right there for you guys. Aries, thanks for sticking around and listening to the whole reading. I know I was kind of like all over the place a little bit, but the energy was kind of like all over the place. So hopefully it all made sense to you guys. that'll wrap it up. If you liked it, then you can like, share, subscribe, comment if it resonated with you. If you didn't, then like I said, check out one of the other readings that have to do with your rising or moon signs. Also, follow me once again on IG. I want to see my Aries over there so we can kind of like explore another side of life. All right? Until next time.